Something about you has been changing, and the people around you have started to notice it too. Your face carries a different energy, and your eyes seem deeper than before. What your reflection reveals might shock you. Watch until the end to discover the truth. The awakening begins. Something mysterious is occurring beneath your skin. You glance at your reflection and detect subtle differences that defy explanation. Your complexion radiates differently than before. Your eyes contain depths you never noticed previously. Even the temperature of your hands, the texture of your hair, or the natural scent emanating from your body seems to have shifted without apparent cause. These modifications did not originate from external interventions or new products. They surfaced alongside an internal stirring that began quietly and continues building momentum with each passing week. This is how spiritual awakening announces itself through flesh and bone. Cultures spanning millennia have documented the relationship between elevated consciousness and physical appearance. Ancient practitioners across every continent recognize that the body functions as a mirror for what transpires at deeper levels of existence. When internal states elevate, external form responds accordingly, sometimes in ways that surprise even the most seasoned spiritual seekers. Those experiencing awakening today report alterations their doctors cannot explain. Body mass fluctuates, independent of dietary habits. Skin develops unusual luminosity without new treatments. Voice pitch subtly transforms. Body temperature regulation changes dramatically, with some feeling perpetually warm while others experience unexpected chills. Hair grows differently or changes texture entirely. Even natural scent transforms in ways that others notice before the individual becomes aware. These occurrences happen because spiritual awakening encompasses far more than mental or emotional adjustment. Every biological system participates when fundamental shifts commence within you. The nervous system recalibrates as outdated emotional patterns release their grip. Hormonal rhythms adjust as accumulated tension exits tissues where it resided for decades. Cellular activity increases as your body works to match its external presentation with your emerging internal reality. What surfaces from this intensive process is an appearance more congruent with your authentic nature. The mask you unknowingly wore for years begins dissolving, revealing features that more accurately represent who you truly are beneath social conditioning and protective mechanisms. Many dismiss these modifications as coincidence or aging or seasonal variation. So those paying closer attention recognize the deeper truth. The body cannot disguise what spirit is actively undergoing. Internal advancement inevitably projects itself onto the surface for all to witness, whether they understand its origin or not. Throughout this documentary, we will examine specific physical alterations signaling that spiritual awakening is actively occurring. From your eyes to your skin, from body composition to vocal quality, from temperature sensitivity to the way you occupy physical space, each segment reveals another dimension of this remarkable phenomenon. What you have been noticing about yourself carries genuine significance beyond medical explanations. Your body is broadcasting that something extraordinary unfolds within the deepest layers of your being, and these visible signs confirm what your intuition already suspects. The awakening has begun, and your appearance tells the story. The body reshapes itself when spiritual advancement intensifies. Your physical structure begins adjusting in unexpected ways. Among the earliest indicators many individuals observe involves fluctuations in mass and overall composition. These variations occur without deliberate dietary modification or exercise routine changes, leaving people puzzled about what their system is actually accomplishing. The explanation requires understanding how intimately intertwined your material and spiritual dimensions truly are. During heightened states of awareness, how your organism metabolizes and distributes resources undergoes significant recalibration. Repressed feelings accumulated in tissues over many years begin finding pathways outward. Stored heaviness held at cellular levels starts dissolving layer by layer. This energetic cleansing demands considerable resources, and internal mechanisms adjust to meet these requirements. Some individuals experience reduction in mass during this period. Hunger signals naturally diminish as priority shifts toward internal healing over external nourishment. Foods that once brought satisfaction suddenly feel unappealing. Dense meals become burdensome to digest, while simpler fare feels supportive of their evolving condition. Others find themselves accumulating additional density for a duration. This occurrence serves protective functions that often go unrecognized. Extramaterial substance provides stabilization when powerful frequencies surge through the system. The organism instinctively seeks equilibrium during phases of intense energetic movement. An increased density offers that anchoring point. Fluid accumulation also contributes to these fluctuations. Moisture may be retained during heightened spiritual activity because it serves as a medium through which subtle forces travel freely. When peak intensity subsides, what remains unnecessary gradually releases. Beyond numerical readings on scales, entire structural composition may reorganize itself. Those who carried chronic tightness in specific regions find those areas becoming supple and relaxed. Muscles that remained perpetually contracted begin unwinding as emotional armoring they provided becomes obsolete. The silhouette maintained for years gradually evolves toward a configuration always meant to be inhabited. This organic restructuring guides you toward genuine physical expression, not manufactured ideals promoted by media or cultural messaging, but the authentic shape assumed when liberated from decades of accumulated stress, buried feelings, and stagnant patterns. Honor what is being accomplished during this phase. Embedded wisdom understands precisely how to facilitate progression, even when modifications feel foreign or uncomfortable. Your system knows exactly what configuration serves your highest expression, and it works tirelessly toward that destination regardless of temporary confusion or concern. The face transforms. Your face narrates everything happening inside you. As spiritual growth progresses, skin texture and expressions you carry begin mirroring the intensive inner work taking place. These developments often become visible to others before you fully recognize them yourself, with friends and family commenting that something appears different about you. The shift may be subtle at first, but over time it becomes unmistakable to those who know you well. Skin operates as the outermost boundary separating your interior world from exterior reality. When impurities and stagnant forces clear from your vessel during awakening, skin participates actively in this purification. Substances dwelling beneath the exterior for decades begin migrating outward and dissipating. What remains afterward is skin carrying renewed vibrancy and clarity that no cosmetic product could replicate. Many people undergoing spiritual maturation report their skin developing unusual luminosity. This radiance originates not from products or treatments but from deep inside. When burdensome emotions lift and interior equilibrium establishes itself, this balanced state projects outward through every pore. The glow others notice comes from genuine wellness radiating visibly, a direct reflection of internal harmony finally achieved. Facial expressions undergo equally notable mutation during this period. Prolonged anxiety, worry, and suppressed sentiment create specific muscular patterns over years of repetition. Frown creases deepen from habitual concern. Jaw muscles clench from restraining words never uttered. Tautness gathers around eyes from perpetual vigilance against perceived threats. These patterns become etched into features, creating masks that hide authentic expression. As old emotional imprints dissolve, muscles holding them soften considerably. Furrows between eyebrows may become less pronounced. Rigidity around the mouth gradually loosens. The entire facial architecture relaxes into calmer, more harmonious arrangement conveying emerging interior conditions. Years seemingly reverse as tension releases its grip on features. This softening produces what many describe as tranquil quality. Those who once appeared hardened or guarded begin emanating openness and warmth. Defensive presentations built over lifetimes of self-protection give way to features welcoming connection rather than deflecting it. The approachability that emerges draws others closer naturally. Beyond muscular relaxation, faces may actually restructure subtly as energetic blockages clear. Puffiness from inflammation and stagnation reduces noticeably. Blood flow improves as cortisol and adrenaline diminish throughout your system. What materializes displays not merely relaxation, but renewed vitality coursing through the entire vessel, visible proof of internal restoration. These facial developments communicate interior states to everyone encountered. Without uttering a single syllable, your face broadcasts calm, clarity, and alignment cultivated inside. Others sense this instinctively and often feel drawn toward your presence without comprehending exactly why they feel comfortable near you. The face developing in mirrors represents the authentic you materializing from beneath layers of accumulated tautness and protective shielding. is finally free to be witnessed. Windows to the awakening soul eyes disclose what language cannot articulate. Across millennia, civilizations worldwide have recognized eyes as direct gateways into the soul. This ancient knowing carries tremendous truth, especially amid periods of spiritual expansion, when eyes undergo remarkable metamorphosis that observers detect immediately. As inner perception deepens and widens, eyes respond in observable and quantifiable manners. Modifications range from subtle luminance amplification to dramatic hue and depth alterations. Such phenomena occur because eyes link directly to neural pathways and cranial functions, rendering them extraordinarily sensitive barometers of internal conditions. No other facial feature responds so immediately to shifts in consciousness. Among initial indicators people mention involves heightened sparkle. A glimmer materializes that wasn't present previously. This brightness mirrors elevated perception and widened cognizance transpiring at core levels. Companions may remark that eyes now possess vitality or contain illumination they struggle to define. Some describe it as seeing light behind the eyes rather than merely reflected from them. Pigmentation variations also manifest for numerous individuals. Darker iris shades may develop golden or amber undertones under certain lighting conditions. Blue and verdant eyes might intensify or fluctuate between tones more noticeably than before. Such oscillations connect to emotional and energetic currents moving through at any given moment, creating an almost kaleidoscopic effect that captivates onlookers. Pupils themselves behave distinctively during elevated spiritual states. Amid deep contemplation or moments of expanded cognition, the dark center may widen beyond typical light responses. This generates a distinctive look that historians have long associated with mystics, seers, and those attuned to dimensions transcending ordinary perception. Ancient paintings often depicted enlightened beings with notably enlarged pupils for this reason. Beyond anatomical attributes, gaze quality transmutes substantially. Where eyes once darted nervously or maintained guarded demeanors, they now settle into steady, receptive contact. The gaze gentles, while simultaneously growing more penetrating. This combination generates an effect whereby others feel genuinely witnessed when looked upon. Sometimes for the first occasion in their lives, benevolence and tenderness begin emanating through eyes as the heart unfurls. People sense this energetic transmission even during brief encounters. They feel at ease and often describe feeling comprehended without exchanging dialogue. Eyes communicate acceptance and acknowledgement at levels bypassing conventional social interaction, speaking directly to the soul of whoever stands before them. Depth observable in awakened eyes stems from broadened inner knowing projecting externally. When connecting with existential truths and one's placement amid them, this understanding becomes visible through the gaze. Others perceive sagacity and presentness that magnetizes them closer, sometimes without conscious recognition of why they feel attracted. A metamorphosis confirms ongoing spiritual maturation. Each luminance, hue, or expression modification indicates another layer integrating into material form. The body rises, how you occupy space communicates volumes before utterance begins. Amid spiritual advancement, relationship with physical form undergoes fundamental reconstruction. This manifests most visibly in how frames are held and how movement through inhabited spaces occurs. Stance and motion become outward demonstrations of alignment happening at profound depths. Numerous individuals spend decades traversing life with shoulders hunched forward and spines curved inward. Such contracted positioning develops unconsciously as protective reaction to emotional wounding, societal pressures, and accumulated disappointments. The frame literally folds inward, attempting to shield vulnerable zones from additional harm and potential future suffering. As advancement progresses, protective contraction starts releasing organically. Shoulders draw backward without deliberate effort. The spine elongates and straightens as though unseen forces gently pull upward. The chest cavity opens, permitting breath to journey deeper into lung tissue. This anatomical opening parallels emotional and energetic expansion occurring simultaneously within the entire system. Standing tall transmits groundedness and assuredness to all who observe. Yet beyond outward perception, proper alignment generates tangible benefits internally. Life force travels through elongated frames without obstruction or stagnation. Organs operate optimally when uncompressed by poor positioning. Mental acuity improves when skeletal architecture supports rather than restricts biological functioning. Locomotive patterns transform alongside postural modifications, Actions once hurried and disconnected start carrying thoughtfulness and fluidity. Ambulation becomes engaged activity rather than automatic functioning, performed while cognition wanders elsewhere. Each stride carries intentionality, anchoring firmly in present moments rather than racing toward future destinations. Gestural habits and corporeal demonstrations grow gentler and unhurried as awareness broadens. Limbs rest comfortably rather than crossing defensively over torsos. The corporeal vessel occupies territory with ease, neither shrinking nor asserting dominance, simply existing in balanced rapport with surroundings. Numerous awakening persons discover newfound enjoyment in pursuits, requiring somatic awareness. Rhythmic swaying to melodies, woodland wandering, or tender limbering becomes profoundly satisfying in ways never encountered previously. The corporeal vessel craves articulation after years constrained by rigidity and unconscious holding habits. This metamorphosis in how physical territory gets inhabited influences surrounding persons remarkably. Someone standing in genuine alignment radiates centeredness that others detect instantly. Bearing becomes grounding for those encountered, offering unconscious templates for potential liberation from their own contracted patterns. The frame ascending into natural verticality represents among the most observable markers of spiritual progression. What once slouched now stands erect. What once contracted now expands. And what once hid now presents itself openly. Embracing the transformation, every modification you encounter carries purpose and significance. Bodily adaptations occurring amid spiritual unfoldment follow deliberate intelligence operating beneath conscious recognition. They represent exterior manifestations of deep internal reconfiguration transpiring at strata you may not fully comprehend. Flesh and spirit function as unified wholes, and when one dramatically alters, the other reciprocates accordingly. This sacred partnership between material and immaterial aspects of self governs all visible changes. Grasping this interconnection assists navigating sometimes bewildering terrain with enhanced lucidity and acceptance. When mass fluctuates unexpectedly, acknowledge that recalibration regarding nourishment and grounding proceeds. When countenance softens and complexion develops novel radiance, recognize burdensome sentiments departing. When ocular organs begin carrying unfamiliar profundity and brilliance, appreciate widened consciousness establishing roots within your very being. These corporeal markers validate advancement along developmental pathways. During phases questioning whether anything meaningful actually transpires, tangible proof appears. Visible alterations and reflections demonstrate invisible labor occurring beneath ordinary awareness thresholds. Your mirror becomes witness to progress your doubting mind might otherwise dismiss. Nurturing well-being throughout unfoldment requires attentiveness and self-compassion. The vessel labors facilitating immense transmutation and deserves sustenance, respite, and tender treatment. Sufficient slumber permits integration during hours when waking mind retreats. Nutritious provisions supply raw constituents cells require for rebuilding. Outdoor excursions and natural environs assist discharging accumulated intensities that might otherwise generate discomfort or manifest as unwanted symptoms. Instituting daily meditative rituals bolsters unfoldment considerably. Entering stillness routinely generates room for revelations to surface and settle into permanent understanding. Regulated respiration assists nervous apparatus adaptation to novel frequencies traversing through. Maintaining written records offers methodology for chronicling occurrences and discerning patterns potentially escaping notice otherwise. Locating companions traveling comparable roads furnishes invaluable assistance throughout this passage. Exchanging encounters with comprehending others diminishes isolation and perplexity. Learning how fellow travelers navigated analogous passages offers viewpoints and tactics potentially undiscovered independently. Brotherhood reminds that unfoldment, while intimately personal, transpires amid larger collective momentum toward amplified human awareness across the planet. Medical practitioners offer guidance when symptoms seem worrisome or persist beyond expected duration. While numerous adaptations stem from spiritual origins, excluding underlying pathology provides reassurance and peace of mind. Approaching physicians openly assists them supporting you effectively, even lacking frameworks comprehending spiritual transmutation. Principally extend gentleness and permit unfoldment it's organic timing. Rhythm governs according to innate wisdom, not externally imposed schedules. Certain phases exhilarate while others bring hardship and uncertainty. Both belong to becoming, contributing to whoever you are materializing into throughout this magnificent journey of awakening. Your transformation continues. You have now witnessed remarkable ways awakening manifests through material existence. From mass fluctuations to luminous skin, from ocular profundity to erect carriage, each alteration carries immense meaning. These are not coincidental happenings independent of inner evolution. They directly mirror extraordinary reshaping taking place at foundational strata of selfhood. Every visible modification serves as confirmation that something profound stirs within the depths of who you truly are. Bonds linking spirit and matter operate more intimately than most recognize. Traditions spanning eons grasped this verity, and now you grasp it too. When awareness amplifies, vessels housing that awareness must adapt correspondingly. Outer presentation simply catches up with advancement already occurring at subtler existential planes. This synchronization between seen and unseen dimensions presents one of the most beautiful aspects of human spiritual development. What distinguishes your particular journey belongs entirely to you. No two persons exhibit identical manifestations during spiritual maturation. Some witness dramatic shifts, while others observe gradual, nuanced developments unfolding across extended durations. Neither indicates superior or inferior progress. Innate bodily intelligence determines how best to express what courses through. Honor whatever pace your own unfolding assumes without comparison to others walking their own unique pathways. Today's observable indicators represent merely beginnings of what awaits. As maturation deepens across months and years ahead, additional manifestations will likely arise. Novel sensitivities may emerge that you never anticipated experiencing. Different attributes may shift in directions completely unexpected. Rapport with physicality continues evolving as understanding integrates more thoroughly into quotidian existence, reshaping how you inhabit your own form day after day. Acquaintances will perceive what happens internally via these outward signs. Friends may comment that something seems different without pinpointing exactly what has changed. Strangers may gravitate toward your aura without comprehending why they feel drawn closer. Interior happenings broadcast themselves outwardly through every cell, touching whoever enters proximity and inviting them toward their own potential awakening. Remember that maturation demands neither perfection nor constant advancement. Intense periods alternate with integrative pauses that feel like nothing happens at all. Sometimes indicators accelerate dramatically. Other times they plateau entirely for extended stretches. Maintain confidence in orchestrating wisdom even when destinations remain obscured and pathways seem uncertain. Trust operates as essential companion throughout this voyage. Your physicality has become living testimony to spiritual ascension enacted. Countenances gazing back from mirrors carry proof of intensive labor concluded and insight harvested through dedicated inner work. Orbs reflecting luminescence hold depths absent prior to commencement of this sacred passage. Locomotive habits communicate genuineness to all observers fortunate enough to witness your presence. What commenced as subtle interior stirrings now stands visible externally for all to perceive. Interior states cannot hide or be negated regardless of attempts at concealment. They announce themselves via dermis, orbs, carriage, and every attribute comprising earthly habitation. The truth of who you are becoming writes itself across your very form. Welcome this magnificent flowering wholeheartedly and without reservation. You are becoming fullest expression possible. Physicality displays verification daily through countless subtle and obvious indicators. Each glance and reflective surfaces confirms ongoing metamorphosis that words alone cannot adequately capture. Awakening proceeds perpetually, alongside everything you are becoming, forever unfolding toward horizons yet unimagined.